2 years ago, we instituted voter ID, and Mississippi is the only state to institute voter ID that wasn't sued by the Justice Department. In fact, the state of Mississippi has won every voting rights case since I started in 2008 at the United States Supreme Court, the Fifth Circuit, and the local federal court, and the state courts. We're the only state in the country to do that. What a turnaround for our state. So what are we going to do? We're going to rewrite all the election laws. And this time you'll be seeing new election laws for the state of Mississippi proposed by us and a study group of some 40 individuals who worked 2 years to do that. When you look at it, you're going to see a lot of new things. You're going to see finally we have focused on criminalizing parts that were never criminalized before when people try to steal your vote. The integrity of the election is why we got Phil Bryant. The integrity of the election is why you got your county supervisor. It's why you got your constable. It is a critical component for what we do. So, along with 3 DAs, we rewrote all the criminal provisions. We want people prosecuting for stealing your vote. We rewrote absentee balloting. Absentee balloting in some counties is a real sport. Some of them come and we get hundreds and hundreds of these people. How do they do that? Not anymore. It's time to bring that in the 21st century as well. If, in fact, you're disabled over age 65 or fighting for the country, you'll be able to cast an absentee ballot. But up to 21 days before an election, you'll be able to go to the circuit clerk's office and cast a pre-election ballot. And you'll do it with a voter ID. And we won't have all of these issues where we have thousands of absentee ballots that vote on your attorney general, your governor, your lieutenant governor, and everywhere else. It's time for a change. This last time, as you know, there are mail-outs. You got some. Mail-outs with somebody standing there with a knife over a woman, and they said, and you can't find out who sent him. So, with the Attorney General, we sued to find out who mailed those out. They filed suit against me. It's called Anonymous versus Hosemann. The only one that was worse is when the people up in Oxford sued us because they didn't want to disclose they had raised some money and everything, and the federal court styled that Justice versus Hosemann. I'm on a bad tour here. If someone sends a mail out about you, they need to stand up and say they did it. We need to know who paid for it. It's your right to know that. If they're going to accuse you of something, then you have the right to face your accuser. No more ambush in politics. Can you imagine a woman coming home, sitting down with her husband and saying, listen, I'm going to run for supervisor? No, honey, there'll be all those mail-outs. You don't run. It affects the integrity of the people we elect. Don't let them do that. As soon as I find out who Anonymous is, I'm going to let you know. Tax forfeited properties is a key component. We talk about education as a key component of education. It's what we need to do. We've been auctioning property all over the state of Mississippi. You'll see me out auctioning those again. We have 14,000 tax forfeited properties. And can we have have you got the projection up? You'll see here the income from 16th section land. When I started, it's $54 million a year. Last year is $100 million. Those you'll see, the minerals are about $25 million a year. The timber is about $25 million a year. Fantastic increases in the productivity. Surface rights, all of those things, $100 million a year. And if you live from Columbus to Tunica or north, Pontotoc, New Albany, Tupelo, you get $20 million a year now for your school systems you didn't get before. 16th section land's worth fighting for. Every day we do. Every time the legislature comes in, there's some kind of bill to mess with it. Remember, the legislature stopped me last night and said, I think I'm going to try to change 16th section land. I said, I want to show you some numbers about what we do with it. Protect the integrity of that. This coming year, you'll also see a couple other things. Last year, we started with autism. And January the 1st, just a week ago, we now have autism coverage. Autism is an epidemic in Mississippi. 1 out of 68 children is born autistic. But the legislature and Governor Bryant signed the legislation to establish an autism board and start training people. Governor Bryant's University of Southern Mississippi now trains children to come out, educate, and work with autistic children. A giant step forward for Mississippi. You should be very proud of what they did. The next on business formation, can you show that? This is where y'all are headed. This is what you're doing. These are the statistics that Blake talked about. Look at what's happening in Mississippi. In 2010, we rewrote the Limited Liability Company Act. Before there, we languished along. LLCs. In Mississippi, in the last 8 years, we now form 900 corporations less per year. But look what happened to LLCs. We went from 10,000 to 16,000 this year. Over 6,000 more LLCs filed in the state of Mississippi every year. That shows you where you're going. It is one of the best business laws in the state, in the country, in our country, our LLC laws. Take advantage of it. Filing fees $50, and if you have to file your annual report, don't forget they're due, 0 filing fee. We have the lowest filing fees in the country. Let's look again at our website chart. This leads us to what Blake was telling us about. When I started, there were 2 million hits on our website at the Secretary of State's office. We need to promote Mississippi. The electronic version, the information technology is critical. So we started that process. We started emphasizing, look on our website. We updated the website. You won 2 national awards for your website in Mississippi. Never been done before. Look where we are today. We're at 10 million hits on the Secretary of State of Mississippi's website. So I keep analyzing those. Blake gets on me, but I keep looking. Why are those people looking? Every single country in the world has looked at that website. Every single state. Why are they looking there? Because they want to come here. So let's take the next one. We took that and we instituted y'all business. That's what Blake was talking about. This sells Mississippi over the internet. 13,000 users in the first 30 days. A phenomenal success. Look at what it does. Next page, please. We need to sell Mississippi first. Like any salesman, you sell yourself first. We sell Mississippi first. All the things, the great things we do. We make drones, we make ships, we make cars, we make rockets to the moon. We're agriculture, we clothe your shirt. We do all of those things in Mississippi, and we sell Mississippi first. The next one, please. The next one, we started to look at the demographics of Mississippi. Where are we? What is our per capita income? What's our workforce? Where are we doing? How can you come here and come to a specific site? We analyzed all 82 counties, every single one of them, and 21 metropolitan areas. If you want to know something about where you live, where you work, where you raise your family, you can go to that county or that city and see it. Next one, please, ma'am. We then did the median income. This shows the median income where people live. If you're going to start a restaurant, where do I want to put it? If I want to do this, where do I want to put it? It's on the website. You can zero down into anything. Next one, please, ma'am. We then added consumer data. Never been done before. Look at that consumer data. This is on Harrison County. Just an example of what Harrison County can do. It not only shows you what Harrison County is today, the per capita income, where they live, what they're doing. I can tell you if they go to a movie. You can tell so much information off of this. Look at the next one. The next one shows you where Harrison County is going to be in 2020. It tells you what the growth is, what the percentage is, what the anticipated income will be in Harrison County, where they'll live, where they'll work. It's all listed there. It tells you how many people own an iPad. If you're trying to reach people, you want to know how to reach them electronically. This information tells you that. Everything that Walmart has, you got for free. All you have to do is click a button. It's all right there. I can't even get through the hundreds and hundreds of pieces of information that are available about Mississippi now. No other state has that. Today we're announcing Mississippi Business One Stop. You'll see it on our website when you go home. It will allow Mississippi LLCs to start. They'll answer 5 simple questions. We will lay out for them every license they got to have, where they have to call, how they get the federal ID number, whether they ought to be an LLC or a corporation, all right there. If you want to start a business in Mississippi, and over 70% of them are started without lawyers. That's kind of nice. There's no fee. You can start your own business, and we help guide you through how to do that. So, I want you to know that the Secretary of State's office is the most automated and the only fully automated Secretary of State's office in the country. It has the most up-to-date business laws of anywhere in the country. You are armed to compete. We raise more money from public lands than we've ever raised, $50 million more a year to support school system. Every penny goes to the school districts. You've got an award-winning website to work off of, and we charge the lowest filing fees in the country to work in Mississippi. All of those are the things that Governor Bryant can sell when he goes all over the world recruiting businesses here. We're competitive. If y'all will concentrate on being profitable, we'll concentrate on keeping your time and expense dealing with the government at a minimum. Thank you so much. It's great to be here with y'all.